invent this new strawberry.
Bro.
So, but anyways, back to monogamy. I don't know if those two were monogamous.
Well, no, I'm talking about you because you're the whitest one.
Oh, what do I have? What does my skin color have to do with monogamy?
Well, because Latins are very family oriented, and since you're so white, we assume you would be the least monogamous.
Could be an uncle there.
Yeah, that's a good hypothesis.
Right?
I shoot for the moon, man.
Yeah. When my brother first told me he was gay, I was 21. I was deep into the dope game, and I was all machismo about machismo. And so I didn't accept it. And I didn't talk to him for like 5 years. And now I regret that. I missed 5 years of my little brother's life because of my own ignorances.
Dude, it's crazy how like we are. Because my middle brother, I have two younger brothers. My middle brother, he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out where he just made a stupid ass joke, right? And I was just like, dude, you're fucking gay, And he's like, no, I'm bi. And I'm like, whoa! And I just went outside and smoked a cigarette. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Just thinking. We didn't talk because of certain other situations. I kind of figured that he was gay, because he's only 2 years younger than me, so I thought about it, and he played Barbies when he was little and all that stuff, so it kind of,
You put two and two together.
Yeah, exactly. Simple math. Maybe not algebra, but, but I thought you hit the vagina and just go straight from there. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like that. But
no. My little brother had a girlfriend in high school. She was the least attractive girl in school. But he had
she had
her.
a great personality.
Well,
you gotta keep that in mind.
I found through other gay people that I've known and talked to that they all had, or not all, but a lot of them had girlfriends in high school that they had just to put up the front that they were gay.
Keep up with society.
Shield,
social pressure.
And my little brother did the same thing until he finally came out. But you see, I had a double whammy with my little brother. So when he told me that he was gay, he also told me he was HIV positive in the same conversation.
Ooh,
whoa.
And so my little brother's been HIV positive for 20 plus years now.
Really?
He got a good job, and he got on that cocktail that Magic Johnson has been on, you know what I'm saying? And
you throw enough money at that, it tends to go away.
Yeah, well, it's not going away, but he's pretty healthy. He's healthier than me. If you saw us, you would think that, that
so
he was in a way better shape.
Yeah, you threw your hip out just dancing.
Yeah, I did. Full muscle.
So you would know. So they came out with a pill that, like, you can't transmit HIV anymore, right?
I'm not sure, but he can get it so low that it's harder to transfer it. He gets his
right.
Whatever.
So a certain percentage is like way down.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But when he first told me, it was hard, dude. I mean, first I lost him twice. I mean, I lost my little brother that I thought I had, even though he wasn't ever there. But I thought I had this little brother that we were going to get married, we were going to have kids, and we were kids, we were going to play together, blah blah blah. And then that he had HIV, so he was gone. You know what I'm saying? And then right after that, I went to the penitentiary, angry, and he went to school. He went to school, and he got a Latino grant, which is a grant that you get for being Latino. And so he got on the Latino grant, and he went from there. Now he's got his doctorate in computer science. He's an actual computer doctor. You know what I'm saying? I went one way, he went the other way, and his way was a lot more successful. Like, I'm super proud of him for what he's been able to put together.
So why did you go that route?
Why did I go that route? Because I was angry. I was angry that I lost my father when I was 8 years old, and I didn't lose him because he died. He just decided that he wasn't going to be a father anymore, and I was angry, and I was angry for a long time because of that.
Before you moved to Shelton, or?
Yeah, that's when we moved to Shelton.
Oh, really?
We moved
Dipped
from Los Angeles.
Dad didn't want to come with, or?
Dad didn't want to be. He wanted to do his own thing.
Wow.
He was a biker, you know what I'm saying, and he cared more about riding Harleys and doing his thing than being with us, and so.
Well, being a parent is probably the hardest thing to commit to. The hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Right.
So how did this happen with your brother? Like, how did it go down? Did you have a conversation with him, like you didn't accept, or what?
He called me on the phone and told me at that time, and I hung up on him. I didn't take his calls, and then I called him once when I was in prison, and I said some things that I can never take back, and I know he still remembers those things to this day. I don't really want to repeat repeat them here.
Yeah, well, you were just at his wedding though, so I mean, you know, you guys are good
we're
now.
good now.
And,
We're good now. You know, I grew up a lot since you know, all that happened. And so we're good now. I love him. I love his husband. You know, they're great. I gave a speech at their wedding, and it really touched a lot of the gay men in the audience. They came up to me after my speech, and one of them was like, "I wish I had a brother like you."
So
honestly,
that's heartfelt. That probably meant a lot.
So what brought you around though to that sort of thing? Because I mean, now I would have never suspected that you had said something like, you know, something derogatory or negative or whatever. Like I never would have suspected, just because I know you. I've known you for the last 10 years, and that's it.
I lost my religion.
Yeah.
I lost my faith in God. I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. And when I started looking at my faith, and I read the Bible. I've read the Bible 3 times. I've studied the Bible quite a bit. I probably know more about the Bible than many of the Christians I talk to. And when I started looking at science and the science of evolution, and I just put 2 and 2 together. Like, you know what I'm saying? These gay guys, like, they're not gay because they choose to be gay. They're gay because they're gay, man. They've always been like that. And I once knew a lesbian chick, and she told me one time, and this is before I lost my religion. This is when I was still a Christian, but I've always remembered this. She said, "I've been spit on, I've been hit, I've been abused, I've been neglected by my family. My family's cut me off. I would never have chose this for myself."
Right? Who would?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you're an outcast in society, especially if you're in like a small town, not downtown Seattle where you're accepted wherever you go. So I have a similar experience to you, like a little bit different, where my, for lack of a better term, homophobia came from just me growing up around my family or friends or whatever that would say certain things. But as I became an adult, I would say like 20, 21, I started thinking about why would I not like somebody that was, you know, gay, that liked the same sex. I couldn't come up with a good enough reason.
You asked me a while ago, what about gay guys in prison? You know what I'm saying? If people are born gay, why are dudes gay in prison? Right? And I had told you at that point that they're not. I mean, some gay guys are gay in prison. Don't get me wrong, there's gay dudes in there.
Right.
But a lot of the dudes that are fucking other dudes, they're not gay, because if given the choice between a bomb-ass female and a dude, some hairy dude, they're going to choose the female every time. They're gay because they just want to stick their dick into a wormhole.
Right.
And when I was locked up, 4 years was not enough. You know what I'm saying? I jacked off. I was a Jedi Knight at masturbation.
So 4 years was not enough to turn
4 years
gay,
was not enough to fuck a dude.
Yeah, right.
Not to turn gay. I would never have been gay.
Well, right.
But 4 years wasn't enough for me to fuck a dude. I just jacked off. I fucked my mattress, fucked magazines. Like, I fucked whatever I could do other than an anus.
Right.
Yeah.
Another man.
Another man.
Right.
Yeah. Or get my dick sucked too. Let's clarify that. But I knew dudes who 10 years wasn't enough. But I knew dudes who 10 years was. I had a homeboy, his name was D-Love. And I don't think that's a gay name, but it kind of sounds gay now. But his name was D-Love. He was a Pyru out of Tacoma. And I hope none of his homies are listening to this. Anyway, he told me, we were walking in the gym together, and he was like, "Man, I met this one dude one time. He said he could suck my dick better than my wife." And then we kept walking for a little bit, and I thought he was going to tell me the rest of the story, but he didn't say nothing. And I was like, "So what happened?" He was like, "Oh, he was right."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some dudes, they get lonely. You get incredibly lonely in the penitentiary, man. But 4 years just wasn't enough for me.
I believe it. You know those peepholes in bathrooms, you know, if you didn't know what mouth was on the other side, you know, it might be the best blowjob of your life and it was from another dude. Does it matter?
I haven't seen the peephole in a bathroom yet.
Oh, man. You're speaking from experience?
I don't know.
He's talking about glory holes.
Are you talking about...
Yeah, glory hole, yeah.
Are you talking about what's going on in the bars in
Where you
Seattle
at,
at some point? I don't know.
Mm.
You know, Bo's tall. He's got a wide stance.
No,
Speaking of Seattle, like, I've been living in Seattle for 10 years, man, and I've steadily watched that place change so much. It's crazy. Like, Seattle used to be a blue-collar city. It's nowhere near a blue-collar city anymore.
No.
I don't think I'll be able to live there too much longer. I'm getting slowly priced out. I've been pushed to the outskirts of the city, and pretty soon I'm going to get priced out. I'm going to have to move down south somewhere.
Either that or live in White Center, the hood.
Even White Center's expensive
Yeah,
nowadays.
really?
Figure out.
Dude, gentrifying their asses off.
Try to go buy a house, man. It's rough.
Yeah, in White Center? Yeah.
Not getting anything cheap anywhere.
No, renting, Kent, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking over $300,000 right now.
I kind of like this Starburst, man. This is my second one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mine too.
See, I try to stick local with the craft beers. You know what I'm saying? Portland, Oregon, anywhere in Oregon and Washington State, I'm doing it. If you go past that, then they have to ship it from a long ways away. I'm not into that.
Well,
I guess I'm a beer snob.
Well, didn't you just say your favorite beer is from Hawaii, though?
Fucking will. You're right.
All right, see,
You're
I'm
right.
just saying you got to ship that, right?
You're right.
Like I had some Coronas last time I was on vacation in Hawaii, and they were terrible.
They were, huh?
They were in a can. It just tasted awful. Like
Yeah.
it was as far as from Mexico as you could get, basically.
I've had craft beer from the East Coast and Southern California, and it just doesn't compare. Like every other craft beer I've had in Washington State or from Portland is so much better. I don't know what they do that's different.
We're deep with our beer here, though.
Well, that's a big thing.
Beer.
It's a big thing here.
You know, the most hops in the United States comes from right across the region,
on the other side of the
So
mountains. Yeah.
that's basically all they grow over there is apples and hops. So, so I brew beer, and when I get my hops here, like they just have it basically shipped here from Yakima, and it's just the freshest that you can imagine. It's amazing. So the quality of ingredients here is basically it's key. Everything else isn't really that important. But
What was the
hops,
last beer that you made? What kind?
I made a Liberty Pale Ale. I've got a book of a bunch of different recipes, and that one was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, didn't you do a lager? Was that not you?
I've done lagers, I've done nut brown ales, I've done a lot of beers, and
I don't really like lagers too much. I'm not a big fan of them.
yeah, to each their own. I mean, if I'm going for effect, I'd rather have like I don't know, like a barley wine.
A bar? Ooh, that put air in
Because
your
two of
chest,
those,
bro.
man, will put you down.
Yeah, barley. They ain't no joke. You ain't playing around with them.
Well, it's like
barley
last time I
wines.
was at the beer fest with you. That dude was just rolling around his own puke, probably because he had too many barley wines and too many high point ales that he just wasn't ready for.
Me and Bo went to the beer fest this year.
Yeah?
Wow.
Together, yeah. We had a lot of fun.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be careful. Like you
Oh.
can't.
Because it's hot,
Yeah.
There's all those high gravity beers.
Nobody's drinking water.
No.
Yeah, that's right. I never saw any water there.
I didn't
That's
see
all right.
any water there. I didn't even see water bottles available.
No.
Why would you do that?
Oh, I volunteered for Bumper Shoot this year.
When is it?
It's the first weekend of September 1, 2, and 3. So I
Yeah.
volunteered to work for
So
Bumper
Labor
Shoot for a
Day?
free day pass. So.
So
Day.
explain what Bumper Shoot is.
Bumper Shoot is a music and arts festival held in Seattle every year. It used to be free, and it's not free anymore. Now
No,
like
it's not.
100 It's like 130
Not by
bucks a
a
day.
long shot.
So I've gone to Bumper Shoot for years, and I love it. And now, especially now, when you can just smoke weed anywhere and you can drink anywhere. There's no more beer gardens. They got rid of the beer gardens. You just have to have a bracelet saying you're 21. You can get your
Right.
beer. You can take it anywhere you want.
Right.
And so it's more fun, but it's more expensive. So I volunteered to work it for 9 hours, and I get a free day pass if I work for 9 hours.
And
What do you
And
do?
if I don't make it to work, they charge me $230.
damn.
You better make it to
You
work.
better make it to work. Yeah, for real.
What are you doing volunteering?
I just said volunteer floater, and so I'll just be whatever they need me to do. Cleaning up E40's vomit.
Cleaning up toilets. That's what I'm thinking. You're cleaning up toilets.
get
I'll
that
be,
OE
I'll be
there.
sweeping. I'll be sweeping E40's vomit like, hey man, I love you in a major way. My favorite album.
So I could work a half day of overtime or work a whole day cleaning
Yeah.
up before he's
But
vomit.
I get a free day.
Yeah, but he's
Sir
at a
Mix-a-Lot.
musical festival, you know. He's
Sir
not on the
Mix-a-Lot will
boat.
probably be there too.
On a
Yeah, I know.
boat
I'm just
or in a
saying that you could work a half
construction
day of overtime to make that kind of money, or you could
Or
work
a
a
full
whole
day.
day
9 hours.
throwing sawdust on puke.
Yeah. That's likely what they're going to be having you do.
Yeah, you're not doing anything
You're
fun,
not
you know
doing
that, right?
anything fun.
Hey man, whatever, man. If I
You're
get
gonna
that
be-
free day pass, I'll do it. Man, I've done a lot worse things.
You're gonna be digging
Oh,
a
yeah.
watch out of some blue water.
I used to thin Capitol Forest for 10 hours a day with a chainsaw, me just out on the hill all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to work